Alright, hi everybody, it's me again, Bonkai922. This is gonna be pretty late because I was trying to do most of my reviews here and there, but this is a One Piece chapter review. Not that late. I mean, it's about 2-3 days. Who gives a shit anyway. Anyway, One Piece chapter 776. I have to say right now, last chapter I did the review for One Piece, last week's. And we see it in this week's chapter in the beginning. You see Frankie and he coming down and about to destroy the factory. That was manly as far as emotional impact. But this chapter, I have to say right now, that was pretty badass. And of course, I'm talking about Kyros, Soldier Son, Kyros, the legendary. I should say the Colosseum. It's what's called this chapter, chapter 776, the Colosseum's hero. And his fight with Diamante, like, whoa, truly amazing. But basically, in the beginning, we don't get much with Frankie. We get him saying his final factory, blah blah blah, and they basically destroy the factory. And then we go right to Diamante and Kyros. Now, this was pretty crazy because Diamante, he was bringing out some evil faces, and I'm like, God damn, someone kill this motherfucker, like pronto. Because it just makes me cringe just to see that shit. But essentially, he does this one move, Diamante, which is, you think it's fireworks, but it's not. It's actually these fireworks that hit in the air, and just these mini, they're like these tiny black spiked balls, no pun intended, that are falling down. And holy shit, he did a number on Kyros, and Kyros kept getting up. Like, I just want to go see if I can find the page that Kyros was like just standing up, and he was just like very stoic. Let me just see. And also, Robin's involved in this scenario because she does a flower umbrella to protect um what's her face? Her name eludes me. Um uh I forgot her name. Rebecca, yeah. Protecting Rebecca. And Diamante was a scumbag in this chapter. And there's this one page, I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention to you. Yeah, page 14. Top page. You just have Kyros just standing there. And the steer balls are coming down on him. And he's just standing there and taking it. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, last week was manly. This week's was manly. Manly to the point where you're like, holy shit. Kyros. Yo. Listen. Kyros is that kind of guy who he wouldn't give you an inch. Like, if you beat him to an inch of his life, he still would be like, fuck you, I'm getting out of here. Like, I'm gonna beat you and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. That kind of guy. So, and this was some fight. He was doing all these things to Kyros, Diamante, and it still wasn't enough. And he has this moment, and this was very emotional too. He has this moment when he tells Rebecca basically how the fact that she hasn't, since the time she was in the Colosseum, she didn't hurt anyone. She didn't kill anyone. She did nothing. There was no blood on her hands. And Um, and basically saying, "You shall not dirty those hands with the blood of this wretch. I shall not suffer. I shall not suffer you to swing a sword." And it's kind of like it's really touching in that moment in this chapter. And then you basically have him going in there, and it is one move Kyros does. One move. And that's it. Just that's it. And basically saying, because he did a move also in this chapter, Diamante, where it was called a half moon thing. It was his big blast. Kyros swings his sword once, and it's this thing called Espada, and it cuts. He cuts Diamante's sword and Diamante in that one fucking swing. And pretty much that's the end of it. A flash of anger cut through evil. And here's the thing about it. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I thought this chapter was fucking epic as fuck. Definitely a 5 out of 5. And, I believe this was after the break that Oda did. So, to see this happen, fucking hell. So now already we've had a lot of things conclude in the Dressrosa arc already. We already got, okay, so Frankie, that's done. His fight is finished. The Diamante fight with Kyros, that's finished. There's not that much left when you think about it. All that's left is Zoro against Pita. Did I say Pita? Pika. And you just have, obviously, the big one. Doflamingo against Law. And you go, Bellamy. Fuck Bellamy. Against Luffy. So that's all that's really left. But this fight, I have to say, I don't know. It's really close. What is the most emotional fight? This one or Frankie against Pink? Senor Pink. But I have to say it might be this one because you got this anger going on with Kyros, and he finally defeats Diamante for what Diamante has done, cuts him. Yesterday's news. And it's kind of interesting to see what was going on in this chapter. I totally give it 5 out of 5. Not just because of the fight itself, but all the emotional baggage that came with it. A whole thing with Rebecca and Kyros saying, "Oh, you don't need to swing your sword anymore, not to dirty your hands," and also Kyros avenging his wife by essentially, I guess, killing Diamante. But great chapter. I was totally, when I saw this shit happen, I was like, wow, just totally floored me. But I'm guessing next week we'll probably go back to Luffy. Because really, there's only 2 fights going on here. You have the Doflamingo, Law, Luffy, Bellamy, but then also there's Zoro and Pika. And that's it. That's it. That's all there is left to explore as far as the fights are concerned. At least from what I understand. That's all that's left. But, we'll see how this concludes. It should be very interesting down the road when we finish the whole thing about Dressrosa and what's going to occur. Now, I will say this, last thoughts. As far as what I think happened, I'm not going to say it. Law. Some people threw out the idea that, throw it out there, he'll die. I have to wait and see, though. I can't make that proclamation. It's too severe of a thing to say. But as far as this chapter is concerned, 5 out of 5. Kyros for the motherfucking win. Yo, this guy is awesome. He got his revenge on Diamante, protected Rebecca, and Robin got involved. So yeah, good chapter. I'm Bonkai922. I will see you guys later. Um, that's pretty it for the reviews. I don't have that much left. There's no other reviews to do. I got some first impressions to upload. We'll get to those eventually. So yeah, I'm Bonk and I'll see you guys later. Sorry about the late review. Peace.